I don't actually know if there's a 2 or a 1.
Ooh.
I'm still uncertain in a lot of ways as to the amount of lag and how the lag works and where the lag goes.
What is a lag?
What is a lag?
Also, we're live.
We are, theoretically.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do?
Well, not theoretically. Also, like.
You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do?
What do you want to do?
At some point, first of all, we need another laptop. I think. Just that would be a convenient thing.
I suppose.
That's something for down the line. To that right now, but actually we wouldn't need it anyway. Just need our phone. Before the stove starts, I'd go onto the phone, and go onto YouTube, and wait for the show to start, and then we have the show. We start the show, and then we see where it actually comes up here and when.
Oh,
you follow my drift?
You want like a double monitor?
Yes, I kind of want to get an idea of how the lag works.
That would actually work. That would be like a. I mean, we could get just like a cheap.
Right.
Thing. Why are we discussing this on the show?
I don't know. We were talking about it before we started, and that just kind of happened. Hello, Abby, Kathy, and Eva. I'm going to put that E there. Push that, and there. Now I can actually see.
Oh, Abby's here.
Abby is here. It is snowing, and Abby, I believe that we should take you off into the woods during a snowstorm.
Out into the snow.
I figured out the perfect place. I figured out the perfect place to go visit during a snowstorm. As you already know. What?
Is it the beach?
That's an even better idea. I was thinking of going to that place where that lady died.
Oh, the haunted one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
According to legend, a woman went off into the woods to gather firewood. And the snowstorm came upon her.
Then she died.
Well, first she had to find a little cave under Raven's Rock.
Truncated for the TLDR.
She froze to death, and they didn't find her body till spring. Gotta have that little detail in there because it's gruesome.
It is gruesome.
Because so then you can have the movie where they go in there and there the body is just like or something like that. Could be. I was thinking more of like The Ring, but frozen instead of waterlogged. With the hair down.
Yep.
I don't know. Yep. Point is, it's a great place to go take a hike during a snowstorm. Just in case you wanted to tempt fate.
Panther from HR. Stop him from trying to take us out into the snow all the time.
Can't you see he's on his shower break right now? Don't bother him during his shower break. He's taking a bath. Can't bother him while he's taking a bath. That's how it works. I see that Kristen has arrived, as well as Jean. Abby just stopped at the beach. That's funny because we just stopped at the beach.
We stopped at the beach yesterday, actually.
Do you want to show some of the? We'll show them some of the shells. So, well, by Christ, we shall show them some of the shells that we collected on the seashore as of yesterday.
We saw the.
But we'll do that later. We're first going to go later. We'll do that later. First, we shall sing a song of sixpence. Except we're not going to do that. We're going to sing a different song altogether. You know what? Let's go with this one. Sweet as a slut, entertainment bin, and she can neither hand me just the time of day. When personally is used, I'm crystallize what leaves me and be so clear and simple words to say. I'm going, and which way the wind may be blowing. I'm going, strings of whiskey moving. I am person that in scorn from Bale and Lanning until I'm soon ready to stretch the ripple makes a slack. Out of a pile I go until just say whirl in their feet. I'll leave their only back. I'm going, and which way the wind may be blowing. I'm going, strings of whiskey moving. Sunny smoke, noisy stove, Foxy's, there's nothing ever gained by one thing called a tear. The world is too dark, and I need the light inside of me. I'll walk into a bar and drink 15 pints of beer because I'm going, honey, wishing where the wind may be blowing. I'm going, streams of whiskey are flowing. I'm going, honey, wishing where the wind may be blowing. I'm going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. Yes, I'm going, honey, wishing where the wind may be blowing. I'm going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. Where streams of whiskey are flowing. Where streams of whiskey are flowing.
So that was obnoxious. Who was that?
Huh?
Who was that?
I was going off on a random improvisational tangent. I don't know. I just kind of just kept going until it stopped.
I didn't think it would stop. I also don't think it was a chord progression.
There's a chord progression. It was mostly the same chord progression we've been using before.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly. Coffee.
What coffee is that? Is that the good coffee?
That coffee?
Yeah.
That is the good coffee.
Oh, that's a good coffee.
This is not the good coffee.
Oh,
This is the decent coffee.
it's decent.
It's decent.
Yeah,
It's decent. It's cheap.
it's cheap.
It's good for cheap.
It's good. Yeah,
It is very good for cheap.
But it's
It's
not
Kirkland good, if you know what I mean.
It's Kirkland good.
I see that Matt's movie magic has arrived. And Masha! It is good to see folks. And yeah, folks is always good when it's rough around the edges. Masha is correct on that. That is a life lesson right there. Folks is always good, rough around the edges. Good chances are we have a tradition here at Foxy's Hangover Hour that every weekend we have a mystery alcohol that we choose based entirely on the look of the bottle. This is a pretty bottle, and it's got monkeys on it. It's got three little metal monkeys, just sitting on top of the bottle, which I think is adorable.
That's the whole reason we got this one.
And that's why we got this. And for something that we got based solely on the cuteness of the bottle, it's pretty good.
Actually, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Although I will say, I definitely didn't drink enough water for something that has 42% alcohol content last night. And my stomach was not happy with me this morning, nor was my head.
Fair enough. And I wouldn't be either if I had been poisoned in that manner. But we're going to drink it anyway. And you know what I'm realizing?
What?
When it comes to the slightly not the best coffee, you know what would make that better?
Ooh,
Red Velvet Baileys.
Out of that.
This was our mystery alcohol like 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, something like that. This is not the original bottle. No, this is. We have proceeded to get this over and over again because this is very, very good in coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Very good in coffee indeed.
It's also just good, like, by itself.
Good by itself. It's good in hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's even good in the right kind of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the kind of tea.
Yeah.
It doesn't work with hibiscus.
No, it does
No,
not.
not at all. Not at all. I see that Scooter and Lush are here. It is good to see ya.
Yeah, pour myself some coffee.
Are you going to pour yourself some coffee?
Some coffee.
Very well. You pour yourself some coffee whilst I figure out what the next song is. Because it's probably going to be, well, I don't know. You know what? You know what? You know what?
Go Fifi! Oh, I think I already know which one it's gonna be. Yep.
Are you sure it's that one or is it the other one?
Who's wedding?
It's a lovely ancient Gaeilge ballad about Molly Naguach Molly of the curling hair. How she left me and how I miss her because she's gone. She took the booze money with her. It's true. She here on earth is given out in the night. Not the war of Molly the Swan. It's all of mommy, it's all of mommy. It's all of them, like a spicy and Molly not going. It's all of them, it's all of them, it's all of mommy. It's all of them, like a spicy and Molly not going. It's all of them, it's all of them, it's all of mommy. It's all of them, like a spicy and Molly not going. You thought it was going to be Tinker's Wedding.
And look, when you think about it, it sounds... Well, first of all, you always do both of them on capable.
Well, that's a good key to do thing.
And second of all,
it's good key to do
the chord
thing.
progression is almost exactly the same.
It's very, very similar.
Except for that one little D in there.
I know. So, but yeah, so they are similar. Very similar.
Except for the surprise D. Little D, you know, it just sneaks up on you.
Yeah, the melody's almost exactly the same.
It is almost exactly the same.
It's like the only differences are in like some of the notes are quarter notes instead of half notes or something.
Yeah.
You know, like you hold out this note for a little bit longer and that note's a little bit shorter or whatever. That really is the only difference.
Yeah.
That and the lyrics.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that is almost like that is that close to being the exact same melody.
Which, by the way, lends to the idea of the melody being an ancient one.
Well, yes, but also
because like it exists in the Irish culture under that name with that set of lyrics, and then it exists in the Scottish culture under that name with that set of lyrics. Yes. I think that says it's a much older Celtic tune that made its way into the different cultures.
You might be right about that.
Well, of course, it's also possible that one borrowed it from the other at a much later date. I'm sorry if I keep on interrupting you.
No, it's okay.
I don't mean to. My brain just has no filter.
Oh, it's all right.
I'm not trying to belittle your opinions or anything. I really am not. I just
Why
have
do you always wait
the gland.
Starting to say something to interrupt me?
The gland that says be quiet and let someone else speak doesn't exist with me. I just keep going.
It's okay. We all
I'm
do
all
it.
right.
It's fine.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
But yeah, this is kind of why I often get a lot of like Irish traditional songs mixed up because they're usually variants of the same
They
melody.
kind of are, yeah.
So
They often are.
They're also usually in the same key, and they use the same chord progression.
They often do, yes.
So they use the same chord progression to the point where even when I'm playing a song that I've never done before, I'm always just like, oh, is this where the E minor is? Oh, yes, there it is.
Yeah, it do be that way in every possible way. Thank you for the respect, K2Win. I am trying to also keep track of comments.
Yes.
I can do that. I can do 5 things at once, I promise. I see that Nelson's here. You remember Nelson? He does the scavenger hunt thingy. He also played with a number of pirate groups. Played with Truvers briefly. As has all the other musicians in the world.
Not me.
You played with Truvers very briefly.
Not officially. Also, you could tell that Michael really did not like that I was there.
Fair enough, but
kind of the idea. It's like,
yeah, this gonna talk about that. Anyway, so I'm not sure what your ADD does, Abby, because I don't remember what you were talking. What I was talking about that.
The fact that you interrupt people all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that.
I know, and the ADD also makes me not realize where I'm talking at, or who I'm talking about. Well, we're fine. Pass me the whiskey. Whiskey helps.
Does it though?
Maybe.
Does it make you not stumble? I feel like it probably doesn't.
Scooter doesn't have the gland either. It's good to know that there are others who also do not have a gland. How thick is my guitar strap? I don't know. The one I'm using right now, I guess about 3 inches, 3.5 maybe.
Inches? Thick?
Well, it depends on what you mean by thick.
Oh.
Like thick or wide. Like if we're talking thick, then that's like a centimeter thick maybe. I don't know. I also don't know why I chose to use imperial for the one measurement and metric for the other. But anyway,
that guitar strap.
What?
That guitar strap was thrown at us by a guy.
I'm trying to remember the name of his shop. Oak and something? Charter Oak Leather? Is that it?
I don't know.
I need to look it up now because I feel bad.
Did he name his business after the tree in Connecticut?
Maybe. I don't know. He's based out of Connecticut.
He was at a Connecticut fair, so. But yeah, it was kind of funny because like he just decided to give us that strap one day,
which is cool.
Like,
and I really wish I
It
could
was,
remember the name of his company. I'll remember for next week.
We need to plug his.
Next week I need to plug it because he did
like,
give that to us for free.
Yeah.
And I need to remember the name of this company as I'm a bad person. But yeah. Coffee is good stuff. I keep on missing.
I believe you do mean that.
Yes, I believe so. An orchestra with no. It is Charter Oak. I remembered it. I feel better.
The tale of the Charter Oak.
I was born in Atlanta. I don't know what y'all talking about at all.
I actually don't really know the story that well. I
Fair
think
enough.
they put a charter in a tree and then that's it. I think that might be it. I think they took it out eventually.
Oh, good. Because you were kind of hanging there, just
I
like.
think that they also cut down the tree at some point, which you'd think they would have.
That is a terrible metaphor.
Sure that they did, but that's okay because they put it on the quarter. You know how like the states have like their quarters.
Yes.
Connecticut's is
the Charter Oak that no longer exists.
Well, I don't think it does. It might exist. Someone from Connecticut help me out.
You're from Connecticut.
There's several of you. I don't know.
All right, let's sing a song.
I don't pay attention.
Speaking of fake Irish people and such, I don't know. Let's go with this. Here's a no, that's a terrible key. Where am I? I'm supposed to be here.
Oh, that's
oh, there I am. There's a cootie nut on the wall, a hurry, sickly, the shooty bob, the crack, and all the told and Irish bob. kilkenny on tap, the goose behind the cabbage crab. The idea wanna be paddock trap, we'll call it an Irish pub. Well, oil, play, hot, I swear upon the holy book, the only crack you'll get is a slap in the ear. Well, oil, play, hot, I'll bust your 50 more if you drop one more shamrock in me beer. Raise the price of beer, $1 will make him wear a certain colour. We'll buy a bloody tri-colour and call it an Irish pub. We'll gig your bongs and double shots, the underagers think it's up. We'll strike the beer and pay the cops, we've got us an Irish pub. I'll pick one in the dirty mug with a pardon glass across the mug of the lady, oh the dirty duck, we got us an Irish pub. That's over to me. We'll skip along the avenue, who the hell is running through, we got us an Irish pub. Well, what, wait, I swear upon my holy book, the only crack you'll get is a slap in the ear. Well, oil, babe, fuck that up and bust your filthy mug if you drop one more shamrock in me beer. Lots of strings and neon lights, carry Park and Okie nights, the bones will take and think the fights, we got us an Irish pub. Last floors and half floors, a host of bloods right out the door. Let the knucklers back for more, we got us an Irish pub. Well, oil, babe, hot, I swear upon the holy book, the only crack you'll get is a slap in the ear. Well, oil, babe, hot, dollar, bust your 50 mug if you drop one more shamrock in me beer. Molly Malone, such a thought to bring my home and goes an Irish pub. Spoil the flesh, the will, stick me up the rakes, and mellow the look, they never ends, so shall I make on us an Irish pub. Well, oil, babe, hot, I swear upon the holy book, the only crack you'll get is a slap in the ear. Well, oil, babe, hot, dollar, bust your filthy mug if you drop one more shamrock in me beer. It's hard to remember lyrics when you're also trying to read comments.
I know. I was trying to educate myself on the friggin'.
All right, I'm gonna bring it back a bit.
All right, so Lush and Abby know nothing.
All right, the British were coming in. I think you meant nerds. And they hid the Connecticut Constitution in a hole in the oak tree.
Yeah, I remember
that part. There were several spawn of the oak tree all over Connecticut. It has spawned. It has its children live on or something.
And in 1856, the charter oak, estimated nearly 1,000 years old, fell down during a violent storm. But their original artifact made from its wood, which is cool. So I guess they didn't purposely cut it down. I remember it not being there anymore was the point.
All right, so the point is we didn't purposely cut it down. No. A storm tore it down, but then we made relics out of its corpse.
Yes.
And its children live on, who shall be saints. And this is how the American mythos becomes. Yeah. I'm cool with it. I think every country needs to have its little trinkets.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, it is good to know smart people. I actually remember a lot of my fourth grade history too. It's just none of my fourth grade history. None of my fourth grade history has anything to do with Connecticut.
I don't even remember anything that I learned in fourth grade. I don't. Like, I'm sure I learned
like
stuff.
Fourth grade specifically. Oh, let me think. What did I learn in fourth grade? We did a whole unit on tall tales when I was in the fourth grade, where we learned about like Paul Bunyan.
I think that we read the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
You read the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
And we also were.
I went to a Jewish school.
Yeah,
so there's reasons why we didn't learn that.
Like you wouldn't be learning that one. Yeah. Although it was cool because it was also the same year that the movie came out, so we took a field trip to go watch the movie because we had just read the book.
Cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
I don't know what I'm singing. I'm just pulling out the
guitar. It was a neat happenstance that makes me feel like
blanket.
I might be living in a video game.
Fair enough. Can you pass me the Yoker monkey?
The
monkey shoulder. The monkey, the whiskey. The whiskey.
From Yonkers.
Yes. Yes, the one from Yonkers. But yeah. Iditarod.
I don't know what that is.
I'm not 100% sure. So isn't that a sporting event? That's
Abby,
probably wrong.
Send us brownies. through the mail. I'm sure
Indeed.
they'll have no problem trudging through the snow. to
Through
get
wind
that
or
stuff.
snow. It says it right there.
Yeah. Get on it, USPS.
Yeah. Are we ever gonna like give them a budget back?
I don't know, but I do
Because
know that,
like, over the past 4 years, a certain someone has completely gutted their budget utterly.
Yep.
Um,
Also, Louis DeJoy is still the Postmaster General.
oh, seriously?
Yeah, no, he's still there.
Has Biden not appointed the new one yet?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's one of those positions where theoretically it lasts from president to president. But like,
someone's got to be there, I guess, until the new guy gets appointed, and we have to wait for the Senate for each and every one of those, don't we?
We do. I mean, I can understand this being sort of on the back burner, considering the other issues we have in America right now, but...
The Iditarod is the Alaskan dog sled race, so it was a sport thing.
It was a sport thingy.
It was a sport thingy. I was right.
Apparently, everybody knows about this except for me. I'm an uneducated.
No, I'm semi-familiar with it. I just
couldn't learn from the dog statue.
You're not familiar with Bosco? There was like,
Bosco?
is it Bosco?
No, it's Balto.
Balto.
Bosco is a syrup.
Is it?
Yeah.
I knew there was I vaguely remember a cartoon when I was a child.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, it's neat. That I loved that movie when I was a kid. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's actually good. I haven't seen it in like 20 years, but I did love it as a kid. And I remember when I moved to New York and I saw the Balto statue in Central Park, I was like, that's from the movie. I remember that.
I feel like I should sing a song.
Oh yeah, we should probably do that eventually.
Maybe. Here, how about this one? I haven't done this one in months. Let's see if I remember it. Let's give this a go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a day for granted, yeah. Saving some loving bird, a thunder, rest the Lord. Oh, tears and times past glory, the deeds is hot times of kiss of the lips, a love of God, and the fire and a lust of soul. party of devil life, where the kings of children hide, where the kings of children hide, where the kings of the children hide. It ends on the G, goddammit. There.
Wow, I haven't done that one in
Oh, yeah.
ages. Okay.
Yeah. So apparently we're going to have to take pictures of the Balto statue in Central Park. Now we'll have to wait until plague is over. Because you see, there are two ways that we could get to Central Park.
So you take the subway.
We can take the subway, which we're not doing because
I'd rather
infection.
not, because the subway has, I mean, it was a cesspit before the pandemic, but now it's a really
It's a slightly more, they're cleaning it every night now.
They are cleaning it.
It's the cleanest it's ever been.
Yeah, really though.
But it's
really.
still, no.
At least they fixed the station that's actually close to the apartment. So there's that. But still. Oh,
So,
no.
When it comes to our, all right, in answer to Matt's movie magic, our songs are an interesting combination of songs that we have stolen from artists who are better than us. And yeah, that's it. Yes,
Well,
no,
I mean,
I have a handful of original songs, very few. I have a few original songs, but all of them are from artists that are better than us. The question is how old? I think it's about 50-50.
Yeah.
About half of our songs come from artists of the last 150 years or so, and the other half of our songs come from before that.
I mean, with generally with Ren Fair music, most of it is well, not most, but a lot of bands do just covers of other folk musicians.
Right.
Some of them have completely original stuff. We're kind of a mix.
We're weird.
Also,
cool.
the vast majority of Ren Fair music is not from the Renaissance. And you can see that because like a lot of medieval music and a lot of Renaissance music has like a really, really distinct sound to it. And it usually it's not always popular with audiences because it's not always like dancing cut music.
Oh, it can be.
It can be, but
right?
it's not the kind of rock and like a lot of Celtic rock is the most popular thing. And the thing is,
ooh, goody. He's sending us a video.
Ooh, from
Coronavirus.
last Corona. Oh wow.
I am. We got to see how that was.
That's a while ago now.
I know. It feels like it's been 5 years since we did that show, right?
I mean, to finish my thought though, most Celtic music, which is the most common genre of Ren Fair music, is from the 19th century at the oldest, usually, and at the newest, it can be anything from like. Some of them are from like the 90s.
Yeah.
Like Galway Girl.
Galway Girl.
Like 98
Everybody knows Galway Girl. That's a traditional Irish folk song written in the 90s. And of course, Queen of Argyll. There's a traditional Scottish folk song written in the 80s. So, actually, no, I think that one's from the 60s.
No, I think.
No, I think you're right. Yep, no, I was right the first time.
I'm pretty sure it's from the 80s.
80s.
Yeah, so a lot of them are not as old as you think they are. They kind of sound old. But yeah, that's. But we do actually have a lot of period songs that are actually from the medieval period or the Renaissance, which it looks like we're gonna play one now.
Why not?
Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty accurate. A lot of them start with the 18th century.
So here's a song that straddles both lines, because this song, we don't have enough money for that. Hurdy-gurdies, I mean. They're expensive.
Yeah, those are
the cheapest ones are like $1,500.
Yeah, no, they're at least $1,000.
So that's a. I still need to get a period one of these kinds of instruments, which I believe I will be getting this year.
All right, so what's the difference between period pieces too? Is most period pieces tend to some of them don't follow the modern Italian standards of music theory, which some of them do, some of them don't. And also a lot of them tend to be in languages that aren't
spoken anymore.
English.
Yeah, I mean, for everybody, think about it. Modern English, like Shakespeare. technically modern English, and we have trouble understanding that.
Yeah.
Which is why this song is actually a good demonstration of that. The one that I'm about to do right now. The Maybe It Is. That one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this song actually was written 800 years ago. 800 years ago, back in the 13th century. And this song is incomplete. The song is in Middle English, but we are going to translate it for you into modern English.
Are you doing it on 3 or 5? Or
3.
4?
3.
3?
Do you want to do it on 4? I think that was the cat.
Yeah. Okay, well, usually we do it on 4.
Let's do it on 4.
I mean, I don't mind. It's the fingerings.
That's all right. So yeah, this song comes to us from the 13th century. Only one stanza exists, which is why a friend of ours named Bird the Bard wrote 2 more stanzas. Wrote 2 more stanzas. So this is an example of a song that we have stolen from an ancient author as well as a modern author. Indeed. Yes. So yeah, here we go. First in the original Middle English, then in the modern translation, and then 2 more stanzas as written by Bird the Bard, whom I miss dearly, and we need to like glomp them at some point.
Yeah. So, for sure.
Maybe it is feels made last with the overlay song. No man has this blast and where there's strong. Hey, what this means is long, and each with well be shared along. So rough and roll and fast. Merry it is while summer lasts, we'll sing their song. Oh, but now the cold wind blasts, it blows so strong. Aye, what this night is long, and it does to me much wrong. I sorrow and mourn and fast. Merry 'twas in the summer sun, my love and I. In green pastures we would run under the sky. Hey, oh, my heart does cry, for I love with winter time, and the time is done. Merry again the summer shall be when it returns, with the sun, my love, to see my passion burns. Hey, how my heart does yearn, for the seasons set he turns, and the fun to be. It is we suddenly lost with a full-headed sun. Long half a wind is blast and the weather strong. Hey, what this need is long, and each wheel will be shell wrong. Still and more than fast, still and more than fast, still and more than fast.
I think that
Are you ready to find out?
I'm pretty sure
are you ready to find out?
Still going?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We are.
We're still here. My laptop just decided that this would be the ideal moment during a live show to present me with just some random shit. Like it popped up like a Lenovo Vantage, and it's like, oh, great, thanks. I never look at this even when I'm not doing a live show.
I am just checking the comments. Yes, indeed. Yay!
Yay!
Glad that you have been able to catch the stream as well.
Mm-hmm. It's still snowing out there. Wow. So much snow. Look at all that snow.
That is a lot of snow.
It's so much snow.
So at some point, I'm going to take a short video of this after the show. I'll just get out
You
on
might
the
want to
fires.
get on that quickly. It's not supposed to last very long after the show.
Well, not like pretty much immediately after the show. I will go out onto the fire escape and take a little bit of video of the snow coming, because across the street from us there's construction going on, which means they have scaffolding built up alongside the building, and the snow is just collecting on the scaffolding like nobody's business. It's an interesting thing to see.
I guess that's the one advantage we have by living in a shitty apartment in the city with no driveway. We don't have to shovel.
Indeed, it is true. We don't.
Although I would
very
gladly
quick.
take having to shovel a driveway if I could have one. So
They've gotten very little snow in Canada, apparently. Supposed to be 6 to 8 up in Connecticut. I don't know if it's going to be that much here in the city.
it's supposed to be like 5.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a heat bubble here.
Yeah.
That makes the New York City is about 10 degrees hotter than the area around. At any rate, what was I getting at? Right, feel free to like and subscribe. Click the like button if you enjoy the songs that you are hearing. Click the subscribe button if you have not already, because the likes and the subscribes help YouTube to realize that I'm a worthwhile person, worthy of love and affection, and likes and subscribes. I don't know what I'm doing right now because I'm just trying to figure out what song I'm singing next. We'll drink some whiskey. You decide what we're singing next. I've chosen the last few ones.
So, I want to do Queen of Argyle. Mentioned it
Very
earlier,
well.
and I like it. And now it's
Wonderful.
not in a stupid key.
All right.
So I can sing with it too.
Let's see if I can do it in a good key. All right, here we go. Let's try this. I'm going to need a quappa. 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 Kappa. 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 Yeah. So this is C minor. Let's see how that feels. Let's bring it down to B minor.
Oh, sick burn!
Wait, what's sick burn?
The hot air is from the politicians in New York City.
Yeah, that's not a sick burn. That's just a statement of
That is
commonly
actually
known
just a-
fact.
That's just a statement.
That's just
God.
everybody
How
knows
long
that.
do mayor terms last for? Because I kind of feel like we really need a new one.
All right, I think I can do that. I said after I did it, but can I do it fast? Tin for me all the beauty, though yes, come your face, I'm not a seeking for a wife. Wow, she is a creature, character feature, no words can paint the picture of the queen of Argyle. If you could have seen her there, boys, if you had just been there, the sun was in her movement, come on and in the garden. Hey, though, and ask the pardon, burn on and watch the music on the Queen of Argyle. The evening that I mentioned, I cast the light attention to parts of our country known for beauty and for style. Here a place of noble thinkers, scholars and great drinkers, mama, when they shown the Queen of Argyle. Boys, if you had just been there, the sun was in her movement, and the morning in her smile, all the roses in the garden. Though and ask the pardon for not a one that's a beauty, the Queen of Argyle. deceive you. My intent is not to grieve you, nor indeed will I deceive you. I'll see you in while I must find a way to gain her. Quarter and entertain her, I fear my heart in danger from the queen of all our isles. If you could have seen her there, please, if you had just been there, the swan was in her movement, and the morning lips, the roses in the garden. They bow and ask pardon for not wanting not some beauty of the queen of all our isles. If you could have seen her there, boys, if you had just been there, the swan was in her movement, and the morning in the smile, the roses in the garden. They bow and ask pardon for no one can match the beauty of the queen of all our isles. Hey, I did it.
Yay.
It's nice to know you can do things.
I like that song. You know what my favorite part of that song is?
What is your
The
favorite part of
second
that
verse
song?
is just talking about how great Scotland is.
Yeah, I know.
I love that about that song.
It's like somewhere in that song, like, hey, everybody, I just met this girl. She's the greatest girl ever. By the way, Scotland's great. Scotland's awesome. Everybody knows Scotland's great. And by the way, I'm going to marry that girl. Scotland.
I don't know if any of you. Well, actually, I guess Matt Smith Magic is familiar with Bones, the occasional member of Drunk Assembly.
Yes, indeed.
Who
The cajonist.
The cajonist. The song randomly reminds me of something that he would do, because I feel like he would totally.
What, just coming and go like,
He'd
like,
totally
hey
be like,
guys,
guys,
I met this girl.
who's
Am I
just
doing it
awesome.
right?
She's so awesome. But like, dude, Scotland though, Scotland's so cool. Scotland's just awesome. Scotland's the most awesome country. Anyway, I've gotta go get that girl. So bye. It weirdly reminds me of them.
By the way, next time you use this, I want you to be careful, because remember that noise that you heard earlier?
Oh, that was totally something falling out of this, wasn't it?
I said it was the cat. It's not the cat.
Well, I thought
it's the other cap end of this capo.
I thought that I felt something. The thing. So when you said it was the cat, I was
you see that cap right there?
Yeah.
And it's not on the other side.
Ooh,
So the capo is still functional
for now.
For now. It is just on the verge.
Well, hey, it might be like the old Bazooki capo that just explodes.
I just exploded. Yeah, we're gonna get a new capo soon. That's all right. We'll do it on our next grocery run. Groceries every week, get eggs, bread, cheese, and capo, as you do, as you be. It be true. Megan asks, "How is the monkey shoulder?" The monkey shoulder is surprisingly good.
It's much better than I expected.
For a booze that we got entirely because it's got 3 little metal monkeys on it and therefore looks cool. This came out very good.
Because we've already gone through half the bottle just with these 2 drinking shows alone, and also we haven't drank anything else. We have this whole booze rack, but it's gone neglected in favor of the monkey shoulder. Not that I'm complaining.
I'm gonna try this.
I feel like this is not going to last very long. I feel like this is not going to last very long.
It probably won't, but that's all right. We can get another one. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. If this doesn't work out, well, it's Matt's fault. Just be aware of that.
Oh boy, you're doing it? Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's give this a try. We have all agreed the Empire has just gone too far. After destroying Alderaan, they built a second Death Star. We need to destroy that ship so that they will yield. But first we have to take down their force field. fortress down on the moon of Endor below. We have to get in, and so we will use these outdated codes that we know. When we get there, we'll need some help from some locals on the moon. We must find aid for our provocate. We will be victorious soon. So we'll use some murdering teddy bears. They will make the Empire scared. We will be victorious over them because we've got the Ewoks. Come up with something. Help me.
Here till the end.
There we go. They're here till the end. See, there they are. That was a learning experience.
I've got some generic one-liners. Oh no, I don't actually. Keep going.
That's all right. We'll blow up those AT-ATs higher and higher with some traps that were made by...
In the Shire.
What? In the Shire?
Yeah.
I wasn't what I was going for, but that's all right. We'll go with this. What do you get when you cross Ewoks with orcs? They're a bunch of little teddy bears that look like dorks. The Ewoks are gonna save the day, and we all shout hooray with murdering teddy bears on Endor. All right, that's good. I'm done with that. I'm not sure where I was going with it, and I lost track of it.
I'm glad that we have a video record.
Yeah, good. We'll polish that up later.
We might have to make that an actual
We'll
song.
polish that up later. I will actually tweak with the melody to make it sound decent.
Actually, the melody
instead of like something I made up. I'm not sure that I might have made that up. That might be an actual melody for an actual song that I pulled out of my subconscious, and I'm just not remembering the lyrics right now.
Maybe. The melody was good though. I think that I mean, honestly, the worst parts were the lyrics that I made up. So we're good.
About half of them.
Yeah, we do reuse a lot of the bottles.
I said that without. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
I got what you meant. But yeah, we do reuse a lot of these bottles, especially because a lot of times we pick the booze based on the bottle because we might want to use it later. So yeah, we'll probably end up keeping this bottle.
Indeed.
Monkey shoulder bottle.
We kept the Death Note bottle.
The Death Note bottle?
That's not what it was called. Remember the Death Whiskey? With the little Mexican dead man? Or possibly Peruvian, I'm not 100% certain.
What? Oh, like Dead Man's
Whiskey or something.
Yeah, that was from forever ago.
Yeah, that was from Halloween.
Yeah,
but we kept the bottle.
Okay, we did keep the bottle.
We still have the bottle, we just haven't done anything with it yet.
Yeah.
We need to make it into an art project.
Yeah,
we put a black light inside it.
We used to keep all of the bottles of Viking blood because we liked the way they look, but eventually we were like, this is too many. We got rid of some of them, but they are nice bottles. We keep saying we're going to do art projects with them, and then
we will one day.
We'll do it eventually.
Eventually.
When we start our arts and crafts show.
Well, let's do the history show first.
History show first.
History show
but then
first.
Arts and crafts.
So, what are we going to call that? History with Foxy?
I don't know.
Is with Foxy just kind of? I'm doing like when it comes to the pictures of our little exploration adventures. I've been hashtagging.
Foxy twig, is it?
Would you like to give a little lecture on the Holy Roman Empire?
Lack of representation.
What do you know about the Holy Roman Empire?
I don't know. What do you know about shit? What do you know about shit, Foxy?
Well,
you don't know anything
how far back do we want to go?
You didn't know anything about cooking either, but it's just cooking with Foxy.
It says in the Talmud that Rabbi 50 times on his way from his house to the synagogue. Or at least that was the conclusion that they came to, because initially they thought
Are we doing this song
no,
already?
not yet. I just felt like going into a Talmudic rant about shit. The Talmud says that you should wipe your arse an odd number of times because an even number is the number that the Satan likes. The Satan is confused by odd numbers. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm good.
I'm kidding about the representation. I don't care that much.
All right.
I just wanted to give you a hard time.
Very well.
Especially because a lot of these shows, I just kind of sit there and drink. But I'm just...
Do you not want to drink anymore?
No, I do.
All right, then let's
put out the... candy while I do it, I guess.
What would you like to sing?
Well, okay. Well, I just picked the last song we did. No, I didn't pick the one, but I picked the one before that. Let's see. What songs do I like? Do you want to do Rising of the Moon? Because sure. I feel like it.
Sure. I don't see why not. This is a song about the rebellion of 1795. I want to say 1795. No, let's just do open D. What am I thinking? That'll give you a chance to come in on the penny whistle if you want to. Indeed.
If I can remember how it goes.
It's fairly simple enough to improv. But yeah, this song comes to us from the 1795 revolution in Ireland, where basically it was part of the French Revolution, actually. Did you know that the French Revolution was a world war?
No, I didn't.
History with Foxy. So here's the thing about the French Revolution. When the French rebelled against their king and then, killed him and everything, that upset the whole status quo, because the way it was in Europe was, well, the king is the king of the country. Kings go to war with each other all the time, and kings can kill each other, but the people can't rise up and kill their king. I mean, except in England, where the king's chosen by parliament anyway. But aside from England, you can't just kill a king. And when the rebels decided to kill the king, that upset everything, which meant pretty much all of the countries of Europe then declared war on France. Which just makes it a world war. Like, pretty much every country in Europe was involved. There was fighting outside of France. It wasn't just, you had Prussia and Austria and Spain and all these other countries that were sending troops into France to invade France, who, by the way, were being repelled by the French troops. You got to give it to the new French government. They were able to keep, the barbarians at the gate, so to speak, and that was due to Napoleon, which is what eventually led to him coming into power. But we're getting ahead of ourselves because we're talking about Ireland. The point is that while all of the nations of Europe were sending troops to invade France. While all the troops of Europe were sending troops to all of the countries of Europe were sending troops to invade France in order to put some Bourbon back on the throne. At the same time, France was also sending troops throughout the rest of the world to try to foment revolutions in other countries. And one of the places was Ireland. Not that the Irish wouldn't have rebelled without the French. They probably would have eventually done it anyway. But they did it in 1795 specifically because the French said, we will send you troops to help with your rebellion against the English. And the Irish were like, sounds great for us. And then they rebelled. And they were like, where are the French troops? Oh, yay. I see like 50 guys with muskets. That's helpful. Oh, well. So here we go. Tell me, son of fellow, tell me why you hurry so. Hush me, walk and hush and listen. His cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon. For the pikes will speed together by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. Pikes will speed together by the rising of the moon. Tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. Any horse but by the river, I will know to you and me. When mortal signals hawk and whistle up the marching tune. Pike upon your shoulder by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. With a pike upon your shoulder by the rising of the moon. That works. Out of many a mud-wall cabin, eyes are watching through the night. Many a lonely heart is throbbing for that blessed morning light. Murmurs running on the valley like a banshee's lonesome croon. And 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. And 1,000 flashing by the rising of the moon. Along that singing river, that dark massman was seen. High above their shining weapons hung their own beloved green. Death to every foe and traitor, for its strike the marching tune. And around the boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. 'Tis the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon. And around the boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. Rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, and around the boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon, and around the boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon.
It was definitely flute practice.
That's all right. you stayed in the key, and that's the important part.
I don't
and Eva, you're correct. That is the same tune as the Orange and the Green.
It is the same
although neither
also,
one of those is the original, as far as I'm aware.
No,
as far as I'm aware, the original was the Wearing of the Green.
Yeah.
And the Wearing of the Green is that is also an Irish rebel tune. Which I need to learn the songs. I need to learn the lyrics rather for that song. But the chorus is something to the effect of, "Oh, the wearing of the green, oh, the wearing of the green. They're hanging men and women for the wearing of the green." Which the green is the color of Ireland, and it's a reference to a time when they're hanging men and women for the wearing of the green. That back in because the British found interesting ways to, because that is often the way of it with people in charge, with people in power. What you do is you find out what people are doing. If you want to just arrest people for whatever reason, find out what they're already doing and make it illegal, and then you have an excuse to arrest just anyone you want. So
this isn't unique to Ireland.
No, it's all over the place, everywhere.
It's really just a symptom of colonialism.
Not just colonialism. It's
and Ireland is sort of proto-colonialism for the British.
Oh, it is definitely colonialism.
I mean, you could even write.
It's their earliest attempt at colonialism.
Yeah, it was kind of like their training.
It was their training colonialism.
I mean,
it was their tutorial on colonialism.
Yes.
Which is a terrible way to understand it, but there you have it.
You could write an entire essay about how that particular melody relates to just it's sort of the melody for a lot of songs that are about either Irish identity or Irish independence or both. So it's kind of a neat thing. Either that or they just reuse a lot of the same melodies.
Well, that's a general thing.
Which is a general thing that I mentioned earlier in this video.
But yeah, it'd be true. So yeah, that is how you control the people. The people are wearing the green, hang them for wearing the green. They're speaking Gaeilge, hang them for speaking Gaeilge. Over on this continent, they're smoking weed, hang them for smoking weed. Except you don't hang them, you put them in jail. Put them in jail for smoking weed. Whatever it happens to be. Speaking of which, Genug der Orden, genug im Ein, macht das aber Stücke Leine, wie der sich befreit, wie der Schluss der Leute in die Welt, bei mir Kollege, das zerbrechen die Welt. Hey, hey, da läuft Polizei, da läuft die Schabjesstraße. Hey, hey, da läuft Polizei, da läuft die job, yes, but I say. I nästan hade gevet av egen vanligtvis. I had his kid for even not capitals. Freedom, Schwester, like a hit zusammen. Räumen nicht like a lever graben nicht den Namen. Freedom, Schwester, like a die Hand. Räumen nicht like a lever graben die Hand. Hey, hey, da läuft Polizei, da läuft am Tisch, yes, what I say. Hey, hey, the light Polizei, the light am Deja, yes, what I say. I've been around the world and I've been around again. Everywhere I go, I hear that same old thing again. Somebody's died in police custody. Soon we will be hearing questions from the family. At first the evidence makes those lawmen look so filthy, but then they investigate themselves. Hey, turns out they're not guilty. Oh, hey, hey, the way police say means the same thing now as yesterday. Out of your houses into the streets, everybody say it, fuck the police. Kasaken und Gendarmen, beide schenken die Wert. Die russische Kaiser, alles ein gegen den Mann. Brüder und Schwester, Leute sind die Herzen. Leute, ich call like a lady, you're the last Parkinson. Brüder und Schwester, Leute sind die Herzen. Like a let's a breath and event. Hey, hey, the light Polizei, the lights of Deja, yes, what I say. Hey, hey, the light Polizei, the lights of Deja, yes, what I say. Hey, hey, the light Polizei, it means the same thing now as yesterday. Out of your houses into the streets. Oh, everybody say it's down with the police. Hey, hey, the light Polizei, the lights of Deja, yes, what I say. Hey, hey, the light Polizei, the lights of Deja, yes, what I say. I like that song. I like that song. That is for those who do not know, that is a song in Yiddish. The English that I sang, by the way, is not a translation of the original. The original song is all about Tsar Nicholas, and but the similarity is "Daloi Polizei" means "fuck the police." Yeah. So basically, the English was written by a fellow I don't remember the name of. I don't think that was Daniel Kahn. That was not Daniel Kahn. Trying to remember who wrote that. Who wrote the English that I just did? It wasn't Daniel Kahn. It was someone else.
It was another modern band.
It was another modern guy.
It was like a band. I don't remember.
I can't remember his name.
When we find it out, we'll
find it out and we'll let you know. The original, the Yiddish, comes from the beginning of the 20th century, and the Yiddish lyrics are all about Tsar Nicholas, which the sentiment is still relevant today, but the specifics of that individual are no longer relevant today because Tsar Nicholas is dead and has been dead for quite some time. Going on 100 years now.
Over 100 years at this point.
Like, when did he die? It was during the Civil War. He didn't die during the Revolution.
Yeah.
He survived the Revolution.
No, yeah.
It was during the subsequent Civil War.
1917. I don't remember what year.
I want to say that he died in 1920 or 1921.
It was somewhere in the 20s. I believe the early 20s.
They're very early 20s. He was dead before 1923. I know that. But yeah. Let's do something.
But yeah, that song is sadly relevant for today.
Yeah, I know. The sentiment is still sadly relevant. Even if the specifics of the names and dates have changed, and props and costumes. But it's still snowing.
It's still snowing.
So yeah, either way, there's always snow. Unless you're in Florida. And that's a lesson in life. That's a life lesson. If you enjoyed the songs that you have heard today, please feel free to like and subscribe for more content. Let's do a pretty one. I want to do a pretty one.
What pretty one do you want?
I don't know, but I want to do a pretty one.
We did Jean Nous Prix last night.
We did do Jean Nous Prix last night.
We should probably do a different one.
You want to do it with, what do you want to do? Because I do want to do a pretty one.
Well, we haven't done parting glass in a really long
What is the
time.
clicking sound? Is it this? This might be the clicking sound.
That might be the clicking sound. So
Might be the cat.
a couple of it's not the cat. He's been sleeping in the same spot.
No, cat's right there. You decided a pretty one, whilst I go grab very
The
quickly.
clicking might be a sound coming from outside our apartment that is carrying into the microphone, or it could just be our audio being weird, or it could be a ghost.
Who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty? Who's a very, very, very good kitty? Let's do parting glass. Whiskey Rose has suggested parting glass. Who's a good kitty? This is Panther. Panther from HR. Hello, I am Panther from HR. I am the one who is here to listen to your complaints and tell you that I love you. Yes, and I do love you. I love you, kitty. Do you love me? I love you. I love you. I love you so much.
Stop eating the cat.
He likes it.
All right.
I'm done. So, let me switch to the guitar.
You'll take the guitar. I'll just sing with my sultry, illustrious voice.
You do have a sultry, illustrious voice, and I do like your sultry. Although I'm sure you meant to say illustrious. Lustrous?
No, I meant
Luscious?
to say. I meant to say illustrious. Is that not the correct usage of that word?
I'm not 100% sure. I think you're right, but I might be wrong.
Illustrious.
Don't trust me. I'm an idiot. I am absolutely an idiot. So here we go. Who's only the day I've had? I spent it in good company, and of all the harm that ever I've done, it was to none alas but me. All I've done for want of it, memory now I can't recall. Sorry, I decided to hold that note.
Okay.
So fill to me with parting glass. Good night, and joy be with you all.
You're doing the thing.
I had money enough to spend, leisure time to sit a while. Is a fair maid in this town that surely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks, her ruby lips, she has my heart beguiled. So fill to her the parting glass, and joy be with you all. All the comforts that I've had, sorry for my going away. No sweethearts that I've had, they wish me one more day to stay. Scented falls into my love, I should rise, you should not. I'll gently rise and softly fall. Night and joy be with you all. Sunset falls unto my lot, that I should rise and you should not. I'll gently rise and softly fall. Good night and joy be with you. That's pretty.
Please.
You don't want? Would you rather I not speed up next time?
No, I mean, maybe not. I don't know.
All right,
Just hashtag triggered.
Very well.
Because I know such a group that does that.
Which one? Because I know a few of those.
Starts with a C. It's a fair. You're very dense.
Yeah.
We only do one fair that starts with a C.
Oh, all right, that one.
Okay,
yes,
very
okay.
good. Wow.
Sorry.
I tried to be subtle, but now everybody knows.
Fair enough.
Also, you guys, thank you. Thank you. I didn't mean famous. I guess I meant sultry, and I wanted to find a synonym for it, but couldn't think of one. So I went with illustrious.
That's all right. I make up and use words for reasons that aren't the way that they grand anyway. Exactly. Good gentles all, we do hope that you have enjoyed your time with us here with Foxy's Hangover Hour. And at this point in the show, I would like to remind you all that every week at Saturday at 9 o'clock we do Foxy's Drinking Hour. Every week at Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon we do Foxy's Hangover Hour. All of these times are Eastern American times. Thursdays at 6 o'clock in the afternoon we do Cooking with Foxy, which is where we cook some sort of either period or fantasy themed recipe. This week we're going to make almond milk. And then we're going to make something out of the almond milk.
We might use the forbidden cookbook.
We might use the forbidden cookbook. I'm not really sure what we're going to use. We'll figure it out. If you would like to support the channel, you may do so by going to the Patreon page, www.patreon.com/FoxyBar, where for the mere price of money per month, you can become a patron of the arts, and you will vote on things. You're going to vote, for example, we're going to put up a poll very soon on the Patreon page of what are we going to give us our next cookbook. What is our next cookbook? What are we cookbooking next? You, the patrons, will decide on what cookbook we shall use next. Also, you get access to videos that others don't get access to. For example, I'm going to post a video on the Cornish estate. I swear to God, it's happening. It's halfway edited. I'm halfway through editing it.
I've seen it. I've witnessed. You've done the editing.
I've got
half of the editing.
All the raw footage is up there. It's all in the right order. I just need to put in all the transitions and the special effects and the opening credits. I still need to do the opening credits.
You can do it.
I need to record a lot of things for the opening credits. But we're getting there because, right, the point is it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. You're going to like it. You're going to love it. I promise. And it's going to be half hour long. Might even be 45 minutes long.
Slide it into parts.
That's just the first part.
I know.
There's still part 2 which hasn't been recorded.
That could be part 4 or 6.
What else? Also, you can go to Bandcamp and purchase our album. We have an album. Go to Bandcamp and purchase our album. You can also just give us a one-time donation on Bandcamp for however much you feel like giving us. And you can also just like and subscribe. If you enjoy the music, click the like button. Click the subscribe button if you haven't, so the YouTube algorithm thinks that we're popular. And I believe that leads us to our final confession.
Confess us enough.
Thank you very much. My confession is long ago, before I was married, I was a theology student. I went to a theological seminary. I was going to be a rabbi, and it didn't work out. But I learned things about God, and about the Bible, and about the Talmud, and about the nature of the tribe of Israel as it pertains to our interactions with the other tribes of the world. We have an entire theology surrounding anti-Semitism. Did you know that? And it's self-hating. It's our punishment. It's our punishment for hating each other. Because we don't love each other, the rest of the world don't love us either. Because this is God's sense of justice. God's sense of justice is cruel and inhumane. Which is to be expected when you think about it, because God is not human. There's nothing human about God. God is an incorporeal entity that transcends time and space. Did you honestly expect that he would understand your petty little hairless ape problems? It's an inhuman, unfeeling universe. It's all a narrow bridge And the main thing is not to fear. You know what else I learned when I was in Sheba? In heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here. And when we're gone from here, our friends will be drinking all the beer. So this is how it works. You tell me what you think is not in heaven. And then I will make up a verse to justify your theology. Here we go. In heaven there are no polls, which helps to weed out the trolls. But it makes me hard to obtain my goals if I do not have any polls. Heaven there is no beer, because I can't make my own decisions. We drink it here, otherwise I'd have to fix my own cookbook. We're gone from here. Our friends will be drinking all of it. What? Anyway, where was I? In heaven there are no drunken rants, which means that I'll just have to make drunken chants. That is why I went to the yeshiva with my aunts and uncles who are also Jewish. Oh, in heaven there is no beer. Also a few cousins. That's why we drink it here. 5th and 6th cousins. When we're gone, except for Rachel, who became a surgeon, we'll be drinking all the beer. It's alright.
She's just in grad school, you said.
Fair enough. She hasn't gotten her PhD yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet, but she's in grad school. I never even made it that far. Alright, there we go. Right. In heaven there are no closed fairs, which means that if I find any hairs in my beer, I don't know where they came from if it's not from fair. In heaven there is no... That was stream of consciousness right there. We drink it here. Don't know what the hell happens. When we're gone from here, our friends will be drinking all day. In heaven there are no keyboards, which means that all the edgelords will have trouble summoning their hordes of fans when they give the wrong comment on a thing. In heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here. When we're gone from here, our friends will be drinking all beer. And there is no insurance, which means that if I lose my pants, the only way I'll be able to buy new ones is to dance and hope people will throw pennies at me. In heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here. When we're gone from here, our friends will be drinking all beer. Good gentles all, we thank you for joining us here on Foxy's Hangover Hour, where we've already gone through about 2/3 of that bottle of whiskey in a night and an afternoon.
Oh, we don't have a problem, I promise.
We don't have a problem. We do have a problem. The problem is we don't have enough alcohol. We need more. It'd be true. It'd be true. Now, what am I doing next? All right, let's try that one. All right, here we go. In heaven there is no FedEx, which means I will be rather vexed, because it means that now I'll never have sex, because I was planning on getting a woman sent in the mail. In heaven there is no beer. You'll like her too, I promise. That's why we drink it here. When we're gone from here,
last time, don't you?
drinking now. She was tasty. In heaven there is no beer. We were able to make her bones into stock and everything. It was great.
You burned it out.
And when we're gone, we're going to have a Cooking with Foxy episode all about her. Our friends will be drinking all the beer. Our friends will be drinking all the beer. Our friends will be drinking all. Hey, Gladys's blood is high in vitamin C.
And B12.
Maybe true. Thank you, gentles all, for joining us here on Foxy's Hangover Hour. I am going to go pass out on the floor.
I don't know what.
How long do we age our mead?
I just like that.
That was a random question topped in at the end right there.
I know. Everybody's reacting to the last exchange we had, and this was like, what the hell do you want to age?
To answer that question,
about a month.
No. That's how long we fermented it.
Oh.
How long we aged it? The answer is practically not at all. But that's part of our process. It's part of our experience where we're making it up as we go along. And my goodness, a bunch of people started commenting who hadn't commented before. Hello, Scarlett. And it's all right. We're good. Right, that was the last song. We're doing this again. Join us Saturday night at 9 for Foxy's Drinking Hour.
Join us Thursday at 6 Eastern Time
for Cooking with Foxy. And again, see it 2 for Foxy's Hangover Hour.
If you want to take a look at any of our exclusive content and backlogs of everything, go join us on Patreon.
Indeed. And then you'll be able to see how we make our mead. And we're going to make mead again in the future because we're still experimenting and still figuring out what the proper proportions are and what the proper timing is and all that other stuff. And
also
like and subscribe, and then come over to our place where we will get you drunk on homebrewed mead that we keep in our wardrobe.
It'll be
next to the entrance to Narnia.
Great. Maybe.
It'll be awesome.
Pressing the button now. Bye.
Bye.